Hey guys, your old pal Jotaro Shima here. Today I'd like to talk to you about something that's been on my mind ever since the release of the Nintendo Switch. It's about the future of the Switch and Nintendo as a whole. Now keep in mind that this is my personal opinion here, but you're more than welcome to express yours in the comments below. So let's get started. When the Switch was first introduced, there was only one game available for it, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I picked up a Switch about a month after its initial launch, along with a copy of the game. And yes, I did lick it. And it was bitter and awful. I guess the rumors on the internet were true. I ended up really liking Breath of the Wild. It was a long game with plenty of stuff to do. And when I say long, I mean really long. I logged in nearly 70 plus hours into the game before I finally beat the story. Of course, I also ended up buying the Season Pass too, but before I even got around to doing that, there was plenty of other stuff to explore in the original game. The first DLC just added a lot more to it. I was really getting my money's worth with this game. But what about the Switch itself? When I got it, there was only one game I was interested in, and I was already playing that. I did notice a lot of indie titles coming in, but at the time I wasn't interested, as a lot of those titles were already on Steam. I questioned the future of the Switch at this time. Hell, I even repurchased my 3DS, which I had sold prior to getting a Switch, thinking I was not going to be as good as the hype said it would be. But the 3DS lineup was slowing down just a bit. I saw less and less titles being introduced that I personally was interested in. The Switch at this time was gaining some ground by announcing some cool games like Fire Emblem Warriors and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. There were also new titles coming out every week for the Switch. It was then, in my opinion, changed on a console. Sure, there were more indies coming, but they were games that you can't play unless you were strapped to a couch or a computer chair. These you can take on the road in beautiful HD. Come to think of it, the 3DS is starting to show its age. Sure, they just introduced a new model, but it still uses the old firmware from back in 2011 when the 3DS was first announced. Of course, this reminds me of the old school Game Boy, which lasted for nearly a decade, and then getting a short-lived remake in the form of the Game Boy Pocket. Nintendo kept the 3DS alive mostly due to firmware updates that added functionality, and the new 3DS and 2DS systems had a better processor, making things a lot faster. But I honestly think time is catching up with the 3DS and the 2DS lineup of systems. How is that, you ask? Well, first off, they decided to stop production of the original 3DS models and concentrate on the new 3DS and the original 2DS for some reason. Adding to this, I was at Target one day and saw a copy of Hyrule Warriors for the 3DS. Sure, it was only playable in the newer version because of its upgraded processor, but it looked like the same game as the Switch had. But I never knew about this version, only the Nintendo Switch version, which was more than likely due to Nintendo's marketing. Fire Emblem Warriors also had this exact same thing happen, where there was a 3DS counterpart as well that wasn't even advertised. Even the new Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon will be released on the 3DS in the next few days here, and that will be it for the Pokemon franchise on the platform. The next game is slated to be available on a Nintendo Switch. And that's a huge thing for Nintendo, as Pokemon is one of their biggest franchises. In my new Nintendo 2DS review, I did talk about how Nintendo had plans to continue supporting the new 3DS lineup of systems into 2018 and beyond, but I feel that's how it's going to end. By 2019, I feel that the 3DS will either be in a Switch's shadow or be phased out entirely. It looks like things are looking up for the Switch, however, thanks to Nintendo's idea of making more indie titles available, as well as the inclusion of some third-party titles coming soon. We already have Doom, and Wolfenstein 2 is on its way. While Nintendo is really picking up steam with the Switch, there are some things that I think need to be done to make the console more accessible. There are already talks about Netflix for the Switch being a thing, which is a great start. But the Switch could benefit from a web browser of some kind. Also, the ability to record and share video. They have the technology for that, but it's limited to 30 seconds at this point in time. Also, native streaming should be a thing on a Switch. Now, I know how Nintendo is about people posting game content, but people are already hooking up Elgatos and streaming the thing anyway, so why not support that? Alright, that's all for now. I hope you did enjoy this video. Please feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to show your support. Until then, this is Jotaro Shima. Peace out.